Welcome back, ladies and gents. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to your weekend. In today's video, we're going to be getting into the Bitcoin charts as usual, also taking a look at Chainlink and Ethereum towards the end of the video. There's going to be a lot of important things I want to discuss on the Bitcoin charts right now. As you guys know, I respect your time and also mine, so we're going to be getting into this right now here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, going back for a very quick update here to give you a very quick recap, we of course did have long positions here down at the $37,400 region. I believe you guys can go ahead and check out yesterday's video for all of our entries, and we did end up adding to those positions as price action started to move to the upside. Of course, yesterday we did have a pullback here, but we did set in a higher low, and in fact, we did come down to our daily pivot, which was a very nice basing off point here. And ultimately, I did mention that I would be looking for overall continuation to the upside from this region as the price action was looking quite strong based on the medium time frames that we looked at and the momentum oscillators, which we'll get into as well. Now, thus far, even if you missed the long positions down here at 37,400, you would be looking good for the $39,900 region, which did give us about a 10% continuation move right now. Back at the weekly R2, a fantastic at least take one profit area. Of course, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do with your positions. I am just sharing with you my thoughts, but a lot of you guys in the Discord did absolutely kill these trades as well, so good job on that. Of course, we did have our momentum oscillators all the way down here at the critical zone, and this has been on the rise. Even though we did have this dip to the downside, we did have a nice kind of regain off this structure as we did reject the neutral zone as well. So right now, what we are seeing is the stochastic all the way back at the critical zone. So I wouldn't mind over tomorrow, especially Sunday, for us to pull back a little bit here, potentially even after another spike to the upside. But we are seeing a few things on the lower time frames that would definitely support that most definitely, because we are seeing the critical zone right now once again. Remember, we were right at the critical zone down here. That is when we saw our reversal to the upside, and now we are very kind of beat here at around the 90 level on the stochastic, and the RSI is still looking good, but we do see on our momentum indicator here as well some bearish divergence. Now this is going from this point here on the 27th of July, and going down here we can see some bearish divergences. Now of course this is not confirmed yet until the price action confirms a local high on the 4-hour time frame, and for that we would need to look at candlestick formations, potentially a reversal candlestick formation, or just a closure here and then a break below the wick low here would be good enough for the momentum indicator to set in those divergences. Now this can of course come tonight on Saturday night, or it could definitely come tomorrow as well, so definitely be on the lookout for that, and keep an eye on that. I will be updating you guys, of course, in the Discord about that as well. Now, going on to the 12-hour time frame, still looking good here. We did look at the stochastic here, giving us a very nice setup for the weekend, as we did come into the bearish control territory, but we ended up bouncing from the support region that we bounced on, that we started on the 22nd of June, which gave us a 27% bounce. So what I mentioned was that this would be a nice setup for the weekend, and of course we did see a very nice continuation drive to the upside from there. Now back at resistance, and this is of course a 12-hour, so it will take a little bit longer. It could even stay up as the 4-hour that we just discussed does reset. So it's not the end of the world here, but a pullback on the lower time frames would definitely not be bad here coming into the Sunday session. The 1 day obviously coming back to the critical zone and bouncing up. Typically you will see another continuation drive here. That's why I'm saying potentially tomorrow, because this is a bullish read on the 1 day stochastic, and typically you will get another drive up from these. So that's what I would be looking at, and that is why I'm a little bit more cautious on these lower time frames as well, because the 1 day, the 12-hour, all looking good. Of course, we know our weekly time frame, the stochastic did bounce to the upside. This is a big reason we have been bullish on the price action, and a reason that we have been looking at buys even back at $29,000. We looked at a 4-hour setup leading into those high time frames. We ended up longing down here at the $29,000 region, obviously closing those, but this is because the high time frames are bullish right now. The RSI getting above the moving average, getting above the 50 region as well. The momentum indicator hitting a pivot here, and multiple weeks of green VIX marking a bottom, getting close in the market, and we're really seeing this play out right now. So For the month of August, as I said, with our monthly closure, I would still be looking at overall upside on the higher time frames. We've had 50% upside right now. As long as we can get above the R3, the yearly R3 of $46,315, that is going to offer up some nice trading opportunities as well, which I will be, of course, sharing with you guys as I see those come in. So right now, the yearly R3 would be the region to surpass based on price action. That would be acceptance back into the all-time high range. And at that point, I do believe, as I have really been saying for the past 80 days, that we would be seeing the all-time highs once again. So there is no, rush on the high time frames. This is why we've still been going and trading the range regions here and, staying confident with those. But when we do come back, as the weekly starts to look bullish and we do come back to the yearly R2, a high time frame level with our weekly looking bullish, we look for buying positions, and that is why we looked for those at the $37,000 region in confluence with our monthly pivot and just a lot of other things. So this is 3 hits on the monthly pivot, basically getting accumulated and now bouncing up from that region. I wouldn't mind a test back to it even, but at the end of the day, I still do stick by what I have said based on the high time frames on the weekly time frame. So now let's move on to the Ethereum USD charts and Chainlink charts. Of course, if you want to see my positions, our entries, our exits, you can also check back to yesterday's videos and go ahead and see those entries because we did speak about these setups in advance, of course, because they were some very, very nice ones, and especially in the Discord group, a lot of you guys did end up picking those up. Now, as for Ethereum USD here, coming back to the R2, moving up, we did say around 2,000, around the May highs here. Which would be, just under the 3,000 psychological level. So it looks like we have almost hit that. This is definitely going to be an area where I would expect some resistance all the way up to the $3,100 region, which is the monthly R3. Now, the one-day stochastic still looking bullish here, coming up to the 91, 92 region. This is eventually going to reset, and that is when, people are going to get scared of this price action. People that are getting into these long positions far too late. I mean, we've spoken about these long positions for a very long time now. Even previously here, a few days ago, we did have a back test off our green horizontal region here almost, and we did bounce up 22% from there. But now what we're seeing is the RSI also very hot on the one-day time frame. So I wouldn't overall mind a pullback here coming into next week as well. And I think that once again, that would be where we could look for a higher low and then look for that continuation drive based on the high time frames. But the lower time frames resetting, that definitely would not be bad. We are coming up to some resistance. Getting back above the yearly R3 would be good for price action. I'd be looking for all the way to 3,382. Personally, I don't think that we're going to be going there straight away, but we have a confirmation point here at the monthly R3 if that were to actually happen and we were to drive the momentum up to that region. Now, a higher low I would be interested in all the way down to about 2,588. Anywhere below there, that's when it starts to get very close to the last higher low we set in on the 3rd and 4th of August or on the 3rd of August. So I wouldn't want to see back below there really. Let's now move on to the Link USD charts. So Link USD looking like it did just move up to the anchored VWAP once again. So the big resistance point we've discussed, that is when the big sell positions are going to come into the market. This is the anchored VWAP from the highs. Of course, this is important because we like to anchor VWAPs just on the high time frames, or at least I like to, because that shows me where the larger positions are going to be placed. That shows us where the larger traders are going to be protecting price action, such as the 2 rejections we did see from here, and bullish order blocks do the same thing for us. So if you have been accumulating Chainlink on the bullish order block here, you'd be laughing because we have been speaking about it really since we dipped to the downside, and we've hit the EQ once, twice, 3 times all the way to the bottom of the order block. The first bounce was 141% bounce. The second bounce, a 76% bounce. Now we are back at that resistance point that we need to surpass at 26.12. I have nothing new to say about this based on the one-day time frame, as we did speak about all of it in yesterday's video. Short-term support still does stay at 21.48 to 20.94 for me. That is where we have seen these nice bounces of about 23%. Back at the anchored VWAP would be, of course, a very logical take profit point. Remember, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that is what I am looking at based on the one day right now. And this could definitely reset as well based on the stochastic and the RSI. So coming into next week, honestly, it would be really good to at least have a small reset, a higher low setting on the daily time frames, and then a continuation drive for really all of these coins. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but that's what I would be definitely interested in for some more trades. Of course, once we have more data, we'll be sharing it in the Discord group with you all, and also YouTube here as much as I can. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and leave a like on it if you haven't already. I would appreciate it to help get the videos out there. If you want to join the private technical analysis group, go ahead and send me a message on Discord. My username is down below in the description, at the top of the description. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I will catch you in tomorrow's one.